taking Sanders out of the mix, and what you have running for the presidency are two predatory capitalists. The Democrat-Republican shit means nothing. Nothing. Just get rid of that. Get rid of that. It's gone. You have Trump, the predatory capitalist who likes to screw over everybody that comes near him, and Clinton, who likes to work any kind of a scam she can work to get more money into her and Bill's pockets. No, really. Oh, I know. I get emails from people who say, you're out of your goddamn mind, Malloy. Hillary Clinton has sponsored or been involved in all kinds of legislation that worked for women and girls here and around the world. I'm not denying whatever good she's done, but there's a part of me, and it's getting bigger and bigger and bigger every day. It's starting to cloud my brain, who is utterly convinced that all that work was strictly to build up her platform to run for president down the road. We are now down the road. But we have two predatory capitalists, Trump and Clinton. And over here, one honest man who happens to be a democratic socialist, who has somewhere stuck in his brain or his psyche or his soul or his spirit, whatever he's got, somewhere stuck in there is the idea that he, as the leader of the United States, the president of the United States, could bring about some change. Not this bullshit that we heard from Barack Obama, hope and change, my ass. I mean, real change. Now, how does he do it? How does he do it? Well, first of all, he has to get the nomination. He has to get the nomination. And then with Trump at the head of the Republican Party, I think the entire Republican Party, such as it is, will crumble in the election. It's already it's already broken a million pieces. All this nonsense about trying to get mainstream Republicans or middle of the roaders or evangelicals or whatever groups make up this filthy Republican Party together on one page to back Trump. I don't think it's going to work. I don't think it's going to work. I don't care how many times he talks to senators about being, who did he talk to today? Bob Corker. Oh, wouldn't he make a good vice president? Son of a bitch. That's smoke and mirrors. Trump would no more put on a right-winger like that as his running mate than he would cut his own throat. He'll get one of his friends. He'll get somebody out of the banking industry. He'll get somebody out of the business community. Like, let me think of somebody. Like Cruz did. Like Carly Fiorina. Only worse. I couldn't believe that. I just couldn't believe that article. And it's just nonstop now. It's just nonstop. I am losing faith in columnists that I have previously, not faith, I'm losing respect for columnists that previously I did respect. Charles Blow is right on the knife's edge with me. I've always thought Blow writes better than anybody at the New York Times. But his constant pushing, without coming right out, like the writers of the New York Times, pushing to try to help Sanders see the light. And then I think of Krugman. Boy, has he turned out to be a disappointment. Not so much the stuff that he wrote over the past 5 or 6 years about how the Republicans were screwing the economy and all this bullshit talk about incipient inflation and all this other stuff. I found Krugman to be exactly right on. What do I know about economics? But right on as far as I could make out what passes for truth in this country anymore. But Krugman crossed over, and now he's really pushing the politics thing, and he's trying to push Sanders right off the stage. He's another one. Gail Collins, who's on the editorial board of the New York Times. I like the way Gail writes, although sometimes it's a little bit cloying, or not cloying, but it's a little bit too tongue-in-cheek. But she is starting to drift that way. Frank Bruni, for the New York Times. See what I mean? So we have, if the New York Times and the political class, the overlords, the ones who run the country, the ones who are run by those who run the country, that's correct the sentence, if they have their way, Sanders should just disappear. He's not wanted in this clubhouse. They don't want him because he will do things that will upset this predation that's been going on for 70 years, especially the last 35. He's focused too much. You know, Occupy turned on the flood lamps, and Bernie Sanders started moving the beam around on all these goddamn groups who are murdering America, murdering the working class, murdering the shit out of us. And there's Sanders with his spotlight. Ooh, predatory capitalism doesn't like that. They work best in the dark. Predatory capitalists always work best in the dark.